Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Friday, the 11th of October, 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed down just a touch today to finish at 8,215 points for the week. The bourse was up about 0.7%. Today, the energy and utilities sectors were among the best and the materials among the worst. Though it wasn't a particularly busy day, the big banks were mixed. BHP and Fortescue Metals Group were both down around 1%. Wisetech Global was off 1.7%, while Xero finished more than 1% higher. Story number 2, Foreign Minister Penny Wong says less than $500 million worth of trade impediments remain after a deal was sealed with China to create a timetable to allow the full resumption of Australian live rock lobster exports by the end of this year. Senator Wong said the rock lobster trade was worth $700 million when the industry was shut down in 2020. China halted rock lobster imports in 2020 after Australia called for a review of China's role in the origins of COVID-19, but claimed it was due to biosecurity concerns held by the Chinese. Now, Trade Minister Don Farrell today said the government had resolved all the biosecurity issues surrounding rock lobster imports. Meanwhile, Senator Wong set a flight scheduled to leave Lebanon on Sunday. That's this Sunday, the 13th of October, will be the last taxpayer-funded plane to leave the country, and she encouraged Australian citizens and residents to leave Lebanon. Story number 3, hotter than expected inflation data and a jump in jobless claims in the United States has fanned concerns about the US economy slowing down while price rises remain high, pushing investors to safe haven assets like gold. The price of the precious metal jumped to $2,633 an ounce overnight. That helped a bunch of gold miners on the ASX, including Regis Resources, Capricorn Metals, and De Grey Mining. Brent crude remains high, trading around 79 at US dollars a barrel, while the Aussie dollar is lower, heading into the weekend, buying 67.4 US cents. Story number 4, billionaire Wisetech founder Richard White has offloaded around $60 million in shares in the logistics software provider. The tech group CEO sold 461,891 shares at around $132 a piece, which is close to their all-time high. Mr. White has frequently sold down his stake in the company, last month selling $46 million worth of shares. Another quirky aside from the market today, Seven Group Holdings is changing its registered company name to SGH Limited. Chief Executive Ryan Stokes said Seven has evolved into one of Australia's leading industrial-focused diversified operating companies, and the rebrand better aligns the company with its core operations, which is another way of saying the company is much bigger than the TV station, and the name needs to reflect that. And story number 5, Lebanon's United Nations ambassador is calling for an immediate ceasefire, but Israel's envoy says its military operation will continue until Hezbollah's control of the south of the country is dismantled and it can't attack Israelis across the border. Lebanon ambassador Hadi Hachem told an emergency meeting of the Security Council called by France that Israel's bombings and invasion won't provide security, safety and stability for its people. Hachem said Lebanon is fully committed to the French-American initiative for a 21-day ceasefire, during which they can settle outstanding border issues, according to Associated Press. He accused Israel of agreeing to the initiative before reneging on it and escalating its aggression. Israel's UN ambassador, Danny Danon, told the council that Israeli soldiers in the field will degrade Hezbollah's capabilities, remove their ability to launch attacks against our people, and diminish the terror network that stretches across the south of Lebanon. The comments all came as at least 22 people were killed and more than 100 people wounded in Israeli airstrikes that hit 2 areas in central Beirut overnight. That's it for the afternoon report for Friday, the 11th of October, 2024. Michael Thompson, Adam Lang and I will be back tomorrow morning with the weekend edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.